Everybody, Scott Van Pelt, our guest, Field to 68 After Dark. You've watched a lot of great college basketball this year. You love the sport. Cooper Flagg at Duke has been, oh, wow, he has been spectacular as a freshman. What do you think about this kid, his upside, his future, and what he's been so far for John Scheyer and Duke?
I think what I've seen lately is just the game slow down. He looks more comfortable. Like early on, when they lost those couple of games and those preseason type stuff, man, no one's close to what they're gonna be, you know?
Sure.
And he kind of got bullied a little bit. They 2 games that like late possessions, he's got the ball, and it was sort of like make something happen, and it didn't work. And then you're like, let's give the guy some runway here and see if he starts figuring stuff out. He dropping 43 on people, and every other game it's some ridiculous dunk. The thing I not worry, because I don't worry, he's great. The thing I wonder about is the ACC I grew up in, which is the 4 Carolina schools on Tobacco Road in Maryland, Virginia, and it was a smaller group, and everybody had pros and whatever else, and it's true round robin. And by the time you got to the tournament, you were iron sharpens iron, or whatever the hell the thing is. I just wonder, like, who's he? And no disrespect to Carolina, who they play this weekend, but like, who are you playing? That's close to who you're going to play in your second game in the tournament. Who? Because the answer is probably nobody.
That was my sentiment, like, in the sense of like, just, okay, Duke's going to run through this, and then their first test is going to be the second weekend in the tournament. That's kind of scary. You don't really know. It happened when they played Tennessee. When Tennessee came and they just grown manned them. And had they played,
might be the second game.
Yeah,
might be the second game, John. To your point, say it's an 8-9. Say it's because it's going to be an 8-9 from a power conference. And it's going to be somebody that if they have the Tennessee game was the greatest example. They had a bunch of adults, and for the longest Duke looked down their nose at Kentucky and all that one and done, and then they're like, oh, we kind of need to do that, and now that's what they've become. And so when they get to the spring, they're younger than anybody, right? And it's great to be able to lean on Cooper Flagg because he's as advertised, but you get that team of adults that are fifth-year dudes that don't give a flying about any of your bullshit. Like they're like, I wasn't a 5-star guy, man. They're coming for you. That's the challenge. The concern I would think if you're Duke is that you've got the guy. You'll have the best player on the floor in Flagg, and you've got plenty of other really good players too, but because the ACC just stunningly doesn't have, and they play Louisville soon too, don't they? Don't they play Louisville? Like, I don't know when it is. It's soon. I thought I saw on their upcoming schedule. That's a good team, but the ACC just doesn't have the depth of like I was just sitting here watching the end of Alabama and Mississippi State. And that league is a joke, man. It's just it's such a meat grinder. And Bama survives Hubbard and down at the hump, and they win by 4. And it's like any road win you get in that conference ought to be worth 1.5, I think. But I just don't. You're just not challenged in the ACC the way you are in other leagues, and that's just hard to believe. I'm saying out loud.